Hello all, we're back with question 2 of the myimaths homework. This one is the longer question. It has multiple parts. In the first part, it asks you to factorize this quadratic. Okay, let's see how to do this. To factorize this quadratic, we need to have the parts multiply to -6 and add to -1. How is this possible? It is -3 plus 2 gives me -1, and -3 times 2 gives us -6. So here is the factorization, x minus 3 and x plus 2. What does this mean? Let's look at this graphically. Here's a graph of our function. You can see here the factorized form. The factorized form gives us the zeros of the graph. Let's have a look. If we set our factorized form to 0, there's two answers. One of them is positive 3, because 3 minus 3 is 0. The other answer is -2, because -2 plus 2 is 0. So the factorized form gives us the zeros of the function. They can be found here on the x-axis, okay, right here. As you can see, this is -2. The graph crosses the x-axis at -2, and it crosses the x-axis at +3. That's what the factorized form gives us, okay? Where does the curve cross the positive x-axis? Well, just as the previous question, it's going to cross the positive x-axis right here when x equals 3, because that is the 0. That's where it's going to cross the x-axis. Here is the coordinate. The coordinate is 3, 0. Okay? Let's go back. The next question says, find dy dx. Let's find dy dx. We do our usual. When finding y dx, we do the usual. We bring down the exponent and multiply and take 1 away from that exponent. Who can tell me the answer to this one? If you said 2x minus 1, you are correct. Be careful, this is minus x. The coefficient of x is 1, or -1 in this case. Let's go back. The second last one is find the value of the gradient where the curve crosses the x-axis. Let's find that point. So, we have found the gradient function. The gradient function gives us the gradient at any point in x. At x equals 3, we can find the gradient. We simply substitute x equals 3 into the gradient function, and voila, you get the gradient. 2 times 3 is 6 minus 1 is 5. That's the gradient at x equals 3. Okay? Lastly, work out the equation of the gradient at this point. We did that in our previous question. We need a point, and we need a gradient. We have both of those. The gradient of the tangent is 5 at the point 3, 0. Okay, that's what we just found out. In other words, m equals 5 when x equals 3 and y equals 0. We substitute these 3 into our formula for a line, and here it is. When y equals 0, m equals 5, and x equals 3. Now we rearrange and solve for c to get c equals -15. So the overall formula is, for the line, 5x minus 15. Let's have a look at our graph again. So, here's our graph. Okay? The tangent line is located here at the point 3, 0. Let's draw in our tangent line. There it is. If I were to extend this line all the way down to the y-axis, I would get where it crosses the y-axis. Here's the equation of that line. We found it. As you can see, the equation fits perfectly onto the graph. Okay? That's what it means graphically. And that is it for the longer question, okay? And just to prove that these answers are correct, here they are. Well, I hope that helps for question 2. Again, go back and try the myimaths task again and see if you can improve your score based on this information. Ciao!